Greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you for the continuation of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And today we're doing a episode here or two, depending on how long it takes, that will serve as a transition to make our way into the next temple. So we're going to start by going to a particular location. And you could actually see it in the background there for a moment. That was Death Mountain. And that is actually our next destination. So we're going to, once again, run past the zombies. Let them banshees scream like there's no tomorrow. And make our way back out of here. Okay, so back out of Hyrule Castle. And there's Epona ready for us to go. So let's take him out. And let's get moving. Go, Epona. Off you go. We're not going that far. I mean, Kakariko isn't that far from Hyrule Castle, but hey, might as well save myself a bit of time. Whoa there, Epona. Alright, thank you. Let's now make our way up to Death Mountain. That means passing through Kakariko again. Nice, quiet evening in the Kakariko Village. I have to say, quite honestly, of all the variations of Kakariko Village I've seen, both in this game and in other games in the Legend of Zelda series, ones that I've played and ones that I've seen others play on YouTube, I have to say that this is my favorite. I just like it just seems to have the kind of nature that would seem perfect for a place like with the name Kakariko. Anyway, Navi wants to talk to us. That cloud over Death Mountain! There's something strange about it! Yeah, there certainly is, and that's why we're going there. Okay, so let's begin our ascent up Death Mountain. Back off, check tight. Yeah, oh, thank you very much for taking part of my heart away, but I got it right back, so there. Haha! I'll wait for the boulder to run past me. Alright, so now keep on climbing because these rolling boulders, they keep on coming. Now we will be getting that heart piece during the course of this recording, but not yet. We don't have the right item to obtain it as of yet. But we will soon. Well, look out. Okay, so this is the direction we want to go to. We're going back to Goron City because we're actually going to need some help to get what we require. Now, if my throat can avoid disaster from acid reflux, I should be okay because, yeah, it's Thanksgiving today in Canada and I've been eating quite a bit of food so far. Okay, so first thing we want to do is to drop down, and you see the little Goron rolling around? If you can believe it, he's the only Goron who's around at all. And we actually need to stop him and slow him down. I'm also going to open this door here. It's not going to mean anything yet, but it will eventually. Okay, let's see if I can... Alright, here he comes. Will I get him to stop? Oh! Oh, yeah, there it was. Yeah, if you run around him, you're actually going to force him to go the other way because he thinks you're evil. How could you do this to me? You're Ganondorf's servant! No, I'm not. It was the only way I could get you to stop. Hear my name and tremble! I am Link, hero of the Gorons! What? No, I'm Link. I'm playing the character Link. You're not Link. You're an imposter! Hey, you, get up. Okay. Yeah, come around there. I was about to say, do not tell me the game froze. Do not tell me the game glitched. What? Your name is also Link? Then you must be the legendary Dodongo Buster and Hero Link. Yeah, that's me. My dad is Darunia. Do you remember him? Oh, I do. Dad named me Link after you because you're so brave. It's a cool name. I really like it. Well, thank you very much. Link, you're a hero to us Gorons. I'm so glad to meet you. Please, give me your autograph. Sign it to my friend Link of the Gorons. I don't know how I could be your friend since A, I only just met you, and the only way I could stop you from rolling around was to throw a bomb flower in your path. Oh, I guess it's not a good time to ask you for this. Please help everyone. Yeah, there's a reason why this little guy is the only Goron in this city. My dad, Darunia, went to the fire temple. A dragon is inside! Ah, great. Rome Mythos strikes again. If we don't hurry up, even my dad will be eaten by the dragon! Wow, I didn't know Rome had a thing for eating Gorons. But, well, you better try and calm him down if you can. Maybe he'll calm down if you talk to him. What do you want to ask him? You can ask him about the dragon or about the Gorons. You can't advance until you ask him about the dragon first, and then you ask him about the Gorons. So let's talk about the dragon. A long time ago, there was an evil dragon named Volvagia living in this mountain. That dragon was very scary. He ate Gorons! Using a huge hammer, the hero of the Gorons, boom! Destroyed it just like that! This is a myth from long ago, but it's true! I know because my dad is a descendant of the hero! So now we got to ask him about the Gorons. Everybody was taken to the fire temple. While my dad was out, Ganondorf's followers came and took them all away! All of them will be eaten by Volvagia! Dad said that Ganondorf has revived Volvagia. As a warning to those who might oppose him, Ganondorf is going to feed them all to Volvagia! Dad went to the fire temple all by himself to try to save everyone! Please, help Link! I'll give you this heat-resistant tunic! And that's why you come here, because you need that heat-resistant tunic. You got a Goron tunic! This heat-resistant tunic is adult size, so it won't fit a kid. Going to a hot place? No worry! And that actually opens two doors, including Darunia's chamber. You couldn't have entered, from there. You couldn't have entered Darunia's chamber until you got this Goron's tunic, so we can make use of it now. I hear a Skulltula. Oh, hello there. Welcome. I see you already have the Goron tunic for sale, but I don't need it. And you have a lot of recovery hearts. I think I'm good on bombs. How many bombs do I have? Good enough. Sorry to inconvenience you like that. Alright, so we want to go into Darunia's chamber. And what we want to do is grab this statue and pull it. And in so doing, we have gained a passage, an alternate passage to Death Mountain Crater. This is one of two different passages you can find here. But there's a catch. Link, it's so hot in here! We can't stay for long! Yeah, you're giving them a time limit of 1 minute and 12 seconds. And depending on what happens, that time limit can actually shrink. Unless you equip the Goron tunic. With that now resolved, there's no more time limit, and I'm fine. Yeah, if you run out of time, you will actually spontaneously combust. And you don't want that to happen to you. You just don't want it. Okay, so can I believe I've been able to cross this before. Nope. Okay, that's strange. I swore I could have done it before. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Let's try this again. Can I push this? Oh, can I bomb it? Set a bomb down. It doesn't bomb. Wow, that's embarrassing. A boulder that can't be detonated. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. So now, come on Link, climb up the ladder. Yeah, I can see there's a heart piece over there, but we can't access it yet. No, we need something else. We also need to pull ourselves alongside this sheer face and make our way down into this little opening. Catch ourselves on the sheer face again, and we got a piece of heart. So far you've collected 2 pieces. Yeah, we already had one from previously, so we now have a second piece. Okay. So now that we've gotten that, we actually cannot go back the way we came. So, because being the lower ground, it's actually not possible to make that transition, so we actually have to go back. Actually, hold on, there's one more thing I can do while I'm on this side. That is to come over here, because I know this bomb can, or this rock here, can be detonated. So we blow that up, take some of the bounty. And yeah, we got a little place with a treasure chest inside. And inside contains some more bombs. And we're maxed now. Alright, yeah, I got some more bombs and I didn't have to pay 1 single rupee for them. Alright, so now we have to... There's nothing significant to the right. So we're just gonna go back out. And we're going to make our way back towards Goron City. So I'm going to take a quick time out and I will join you when we get back there. Okay, so we are now back at Death Mountain Crater. So now what we want to do is take the left passage. To get access to it, because this bridge is broken, we need to use the hook shot. So let's hook onto this beam right here and launch. And go. But before we can reach the end of the bridge, Sheik is back. And how come you're not wearing a Goron tunic, Sheik? That makes no sense. It is something that grows over time. A true friendship. A feeling in the heart that becomes even stronger over time. The passion of friendship will soon blossom into righteous power, and through it, you will know which way to go. This song is dedicated to the power of the heart. Listen to the bolero of fire. And so Sheik once again pulls out his harp to play the longest song that we have in the music catalog in Ocarina of Time. The full 8 notes. Well, let's see if we can actually play this one right. There we go. So yeah, lots of random shots in this particular duet. And now we have learned the Bolero of Fire. Link, I'll see you again. Wait, Sheik, I want to know who you are! Yeah, and suddenly a mysterious fire appears out of nowhere, allowing Sheik the time he needs to back away and throw his flash bomb. And suddenly the fire is gone, and so is Sheik. Which makes sense since he wouldn't be able to last that long in the heat. So, we have made it now to the entrance to the Fire Temple, but we are not coming here to do that just yet. There is something else I want to do. To do that, and get those heart pieces that you've seen along the way, we need to go back to being Youth Link. So, time to pull out the Ocarina of Time, and play the Prelude of Light. So we're gonna take it back to the Temple of Time. And away we go. Flying off onto the horizon, over Death Mountain, and back to the Temple of Time. Okay, so away we go. So this is the first instance where I'm going to be going back to revising my role as Link as a Kokiri. So, reinserting the Master Sword to the Pedestal of Time. With authority, no less. And Link is a kid again. Now, where we want to go next is to Zora's River. That's where we need to go to next. So, I will meet you guys there. So, give me a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back at Zora's River now, and there's a particular reason why we wanted to come to this location. There's something of great importance that we need to acquire. It'll serve as a purpose only in the short term, and not in the long term. So we want to speak to this ugly troll. Chomp, chomp, chomp. How about some magic beans? They aren't selling very well. How about 10 rupees for one piece? Sure. So, you got a magic bean. Find a suitable spot for a garden and plant it with seed. Then wait for something fun to happen. On the select item subscreen, you can set it to seed left, down, or right, and then use that seed to plant it. If you want to plant beans, go around and look for soft soil. Chomp, chomp, chomp. So we actually want to get a second magic bean now from this guy. Chomp, chomp, chomp. How about some magic beans? Well, they're not that popular yet. And this time, he charges you 20 rupees for one piece. And that's the thing about this guy. You can get a total of 10 magic beans from this guy, this troll, but every time you want to buy more from him, you have to pay an additional 10 rupees from what you paid for previously. So in this case, since I want a second magic bean, I have to pay him 20. And this keeps repeating itself until you get the 10th and final magic bean, which is 100 rupees. So this is something that is not absolutely necessary to do. It's not something you necessarily need to buy, but there are certain opportunities where you can get a heart piece, and it is definitely worth it. And as you saw, there were a couple of heart pieces on Death Mountain where it is definitely worth it to get it. So let's pay him another 20 rupees. And with that, we will now turn around, and we will now make our way. Oops, no, not that. Sorry. Okay, what we want to do is go back to Death Mountain. We're going to speed up there. We're going to take the fast routes, which means we're going to get set right inside Death Mountain Crater as Youth Link, which means since he doesn't have the Goron tunic on, he's going to be in big trouble, so we have to move fast. Thankfully, the spot to plant seeds on Death Mountain is actually right next to where we are standing. So let's pull out the magic bean, and yeah, it's right here. So it just grows some in this little patch of soil right here, and that'll actually be useful later. So now let's get out of here. And we are now going to, because we have to make this path, we're going to go back to Prelude of the Temple of Time, so Prelude of Light Time. And then I will join you guys once I get back to Goron City, because you can't access it from the Fire Temple as Youth Link. So I will meet you guys back at the Death Mountain. So be right back. Okay, so we're back at Death Mountain Trail, and we won't be staying for long. The purpose here is simply to find another place to place one of the magic beans that we got. So, to get that particular location, we're going to run by all these Tektites, and we're going to come right to this spot, right at the entrance to the Dongo's Cavern. So let's pull out our second magic bean and make use of it. Now, having accomplished what we set out to do, it's once again time to go back to the Temple of Time if I can remember how to play the Prelude of Light. There we go. Yeah, it's easy to get uncoordinated when you're talking and using your hands at the same time. If you're someone like me who has autism, of course. Yeah, we are not very good at our hand-eye coordination, or our hand-eye and mouth coordination. But hey, that's one of the challenges I enjoy out of doing something like this. So, it's time for us to, having accomplished what we set out to do, and buying 2 magic beans and putting them to use, let's go ahead and pull the Master Sword out again and go back to 7 years from now. And we're back to being Adult Link. And we are not going to waste any time here. We are going to use the Bolero of Fire, since we can. And we are going to take it back to where we were previously, which is the entrance to the Fire Temple. And so now, in 7 years, those little bean sprouts, those magic beans, have become these magical bean platforms that we can now use to our advantage. If you make sure that you land right, this is the only way you can get it, this particular heart piece. So now we have another heart piece. And we only need one more to get to 10 hearts. Ah, there we go. Whoa. Oh, for a minute there I thought that was some sort of strange enemy I've never seen before. Thankfully it wasn't. Alright. And launch. Back to Goron City. Because the reason we want to come back here is to go through Goron City and get our way over to where we planted that second magic bean. So yeah, it's quite quiet here in Goron City with the exception of the Skulltula, of course. But we're not here to fight Skulltulas today. We have bigger fish to fry and pieces of heart to obtain. Sneak our way along the stair slalom and get on out of here. Roll to the goal. And out we go. And so now we're going to go around to where that one heart piece is that taunts us every time we pass through Death Mountain. But this time we are finally going to make use of it. So down this way. Make sure we avoid any boulders that might come across our path, because they can roll at us. And now we're going to use our second magic beam platform to boost us up and get us our next heart piece. And that means we've got 4, which means we can now have 10 hearts. So with that, back to the entrance to the Fire Temple. Yeah, it's so nice when a plane comes together. Back to the Death Mountain crater. Lucy, I'm home! Alright, now it's time for us to finally go inside of the Fire Temple. And so, it's an interesting little entrance for it because you have to use a ladder to climb down. If you're really suicidal, you can free fall, but I don't think you're gonna survive the fall without taking damage. Alright. So that is the entrance to the Fire Temple, so let's go inside and make sure that we can save our game. Well, yeah, we're not here to fight for now, we're here to save the game. So that is going to do it. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I'll make sure that I'm not being attacked by a burning keys. And when I join you again, we will begin our journey here inside the Fire Temple. So until next time everyone, take care, and I'll see you soon.